Hello everyone, welcome to Tuesday's cryptocurrency review. Let's start by checking the current level of BTC's dominance over the rest of the market. First, we will use the blue lines to mark the sideways trend channel in which we are moving, and here you can immediately see that we are in its upper limit. What is more, we are staying above the uptrend line. Now we will go to check where we have support when BTC starts to lose against the entire market. And here we have the first support at 46.59%, then the second support at 45.1%, the third support at 43.9%, and then the fourth support at 42.7%. It is worth checking the percentage of BTC dominance, because the lower the value, the more other coins gain. Looking the other way, in a similar way, using the trend-based fib extension tool, we can determine the places of resistance. First, we have resistance at 49.2%, which is a very strong resistance and the upper limit of the ongoing sideways channel. When we manage to break it, we have second resistance at 50.7%, then third at 52%, and then fourth resistance at 53%. Please pay attention to the CHOP index, which indicates that most of the energy has been used. The MACD indicator indicates entering a local downtrend. While the RSI shows a small rebound, but we are still high, which may indicate a deeper correction. Now we can go to check how BTC behaves in all this, also on a one-day interval. First, we can mark the local uptrend line from which the price went down, while the purple line will mark the saucer trend that was previously broken. Now let's move on to marking the places of support. We will use the trend-based fib extension tool to mark the supports. And as you can see, we have the first support at $27,061. If the price goes lower, we have a strong support zone from $24,550 to $22,504. And then there is a strong support at $20,552. Looking the other way, in a similar way, we can mark places where the price should encounter resistance on the way to increases. And here we have the first very strong resistance at $30,734, which is the current barrier. The next resistance is at $32,965, then the third resistance at $34,871, and the fourth at $36,778. When we turn on the EMA cross 10 and 30, we can see that they indicate an uptrend. The CHOP index indicates that the energy is charged for the next move. The MACD indicator is on the verge of entering a local uptrend. On the other hand, we see a rebound on the RSI, which creates room for new increases. As the third one, we will check the ETH chart, just like the previous one, on a one-day interval. As we can see, the price is moving in the uptrend channel at its upper border. Let's start by marking the support spots for the price. And we see that first we have a support zone from $1,923 to $1,782, where the price is currently located. However, if the price goes lower, we have a second support zone from $1,670 to $1,558. Looking the other way, we can similarly determine the places of resistance that the price has to face. And here we see that the price did not break the resistance zone from $2,040 to $2,192. However, we still have support at $2,313, and then third support at $2,443. The CHOP index indicates that the energy is starting to rise. The MACD indicates the continuation of the downtrend, while the RSI has a rebound and is in the lower part of the range, creating room for future increases. The last one in today's chart is the XRP chart against USDT, also on a one-day time frame. First, we will use the purple lines to mark the downtrend channel in which the price is currently moving. Moving on, we can move on to marking support areas when we start a larger correction. And here, the first support is at 45 cents, the second support is at 43 cents, the third support is at 41 cents, and then the fourth support is at 39 cents. Looking the other way, we see that the price has reached the first resistance at 48 cents, which so far has no strength to break. However, if it manages to break out above, the second resistance is at 51 cents, the third at 53 cents, and then the fourth at 55 cents. At this point, it is worth looking at the EMA cross 10 and 30, which indicate that we are on the verge of returning to an uptrend. The CHOP index indicates that most of the energy has been used. The MACD indicates that we are moving in a local uptrend, while the RSI has a return to the upper part of the range, which may give a moment of recovery before further growth. Technical analysis is provided by a third party and for informational purposes only. It does not reflect the views of CryptoDaily, nor is it intended to be used as legal, tax, investment, or financial advice.